Hello, everyone. It's me. Here streaming at Zeta's usual time again. Zeta has one more week of his class, and then he'll be back streaming on Fridays. But I don't know whether next Friday will be him or me. Probably me. But then Zeta is going to take over his usual thing. He will be streaming on Sunday, though. So welcome, Nell, Dad Jokes, and Sarah. Is it just us at the moment? There are a few people watching. Hi, Isaiah. I don't have anything else to announce. ZetaMath, ZetaMath students this time, some of them are doing great at the Sudoku, some of them less good, and there's been some attempted cheating by the students, and just before I started streaming, Zeta told me that one of the students tried to turn in one of Zeta's own puzzles. Which, you cheat by giving someone else's puzzle. So that's that was an attempt. Yeah, I don't think they even realized it was Zeta's. I mean, they know who he is. It's not a secret to the students that he's Zeta Math. Yeah, so that happened. Anyway, I have this Nell Gwyn puzzle here that we are, yes, new record, as Martin says, that's a new record in bad attempt at cheating. It really is. Plonk Time says Jay's 4x4 that ended last stream was awesome. Absolutely agree, Plonk Time. That was fantastic. Hi, Helioplix. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna look at this puzzle. It looked very cute. Let's see. Am I in Sudoku mode? No, I'm never in Sudoku mode. There we go. All right. It's all standard rules this time. We have palindromes, where digits along a palindrome read the same in each direction. So these two are the same digit as a consequence. These two are the same digit, and these two are the same digit. Which all of those digits are going to have to go down here, which is interesting. But we'll we'll look around at that as we go. Then we have Renban, where these are a set of consecutive digits in any order. Arrows. The digit in the circle is the sum of the digits along the arrow. Hi, Mehdi. Hi, Lakia. And then we have KROPKI. These digits on a black dot have a ratio of 1 to 2, and there is no negative constraint. So it is perfectly fine for these to have a ratio of 1 to 2. Ratfinks Nell sets excellent puzzles. In addition to being a streamer of puzzles, Nell is a very accomplished setter. I think Nell often sets pencil puzzles, uh, less so than Sudoku. Um, but obviously she sets Sudoku sometimes. Are your pronouns she, her? I think they are, but let me know if that's wrong. Okay, so yes. So the arrows all have 3 digits that see each other, so the least they can be is 1, 2, 3. So these are 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like the first thing you fill in a puzzle with arrows in them. That's true. So these can't be too big. Mehdi says these digits are on the arrow in box 1, which is true because they can't be these because they're this. And yeah, these are these. Oh, is there no bet cell? I am going to let's have a secret bet cell for this puzzle. So I've chosen a bet cell and we will open betting on the mystery cell. No, dashboard. Hold on. Bot betting. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I've always that is true. It could be the last number. But anyway, so does that mean these are 1, 2, 3 or 2, 3, 4? As if they're 3, 4, 5, it's already too big. So they are 1, 2, 3 or 2, 3, 4. And these are 1, 2, 3 or 2, 3, 4. So this is only 6 or 9. And same is true here. So we have a quad in the row already. This is a hidden betting tree, Isaiah. Though Panthera had the idea of betting on what the last digit to be placed will be, which is interesting, and we might experiment with that in future. So, and that's going to make this 6 or 9, and this is looking down into here to do the same thing. So, to make this 6 or 9. Yeah, betting on the last digit placed, there would be some level of trust. Although with a hidden tree, there's also some level of trust. Glob points out that whether this is 1, 2, 3 or 2, 3, 4, there are 2 and 3 in here. So this is 1 or 4. And same deal here. Yes. And Glob also points out that these can't be 1 because then 2 would have to be off the Renban, which doesn't work. Sarah with a good point that since these are 1, 2, 3 or 2, 3, 4, either way, this is the 1 or the 4. So there's no 1, 4 in these. So they're a 2, 3 pair, and we get to do the same over here. And let's see. The same thing doesn't quite happen over here because this isn't straight. Okay. Uh, yes. So since this is a 2 or a 3, and these definitely have 2 and 3 on them, uh, where does this 2, 3 go on this arrow? And it goes here. Multiple people are pointing out. At some point we'll figure out what's going on with box 9. Yeah, so if this is 2, 3, or 4, this could be 1. Uh, it could be 4, 6, or 8. Had to sort of convince myself that it could be 4. Yeah, Glob suggesting we pencil these, and I was sort of thinking about that, but yeah, uh, I think without more stuff, it can be a lot of things. Now, it will be interesting if this cell is from 1, 2, 3, 4, because that would complete a quad in the column. and in boxes 4 and 7. Okay, Mehdi asserts that these Renban are the same, and this Renban is different. Let's see. Okay, Martin points out that these are all the same digit. But unfortunately, I think there's still... No, this cell sees 2 and 3 on this Renban. So this yellow is placed here. It's kind of a complicated thing, but yeah, there are 2 and 3 on this Renban. So yellow goes down here. Yellow obviously goes up here because it always was going to. If the box 2 and box 4 Renban were the same, then the 1 or the 4 would go on the palindrome, which it would. But I don't see the problem with that. Oh, I do see the problem with that. Wait, no. The 1 or the 4 that's missing would be... So if these were the same, the 1 or the 4 that's missing from them would be here, but would also be on the palindrome in this box. No, it would be... Oh, I'm very confused. No, the 1 or the 4 that's included. That's it. That's it. The 1 or the 4 that's included in these, if they're the same. Or we can even... yeah, so the 1 or the 4 that's included in these, if they're the same, goes on in one of these cells in box 1, but then it would repeat in box 2. So these are different 1, 2, 3s, 2, 3, 4s. And let's see, can we do the same thing here? The 1 or the 4 that's on both of these, yes, would go in one of these cells and then repeat in box 6. So these are the same, and this is the opposite one. Not really sure how to mark that usefully, although it does mean that this and this are not the same. So we can like mark that. Or the 6 9s can be different. That's true. Martin wants us to color these, but I don't think we've said anything about box 7, have we? Well, I guess... No, we have, because this one 4 has to be on this. So then these are the same digit, I believe. So red is actually placed here. The other option is it goes here, but then goes here. So this is red 6-9. Yes, Martin also points out red 6-9 is placeable in box 2 because it can't go on the palindrome. Which says that this isn't red 6-9. So red 6-9 goes into one of these cells, and now this is suddenly red 6-9 by Sudoku. Wait. No, that's right. I lost confidence for a second, but no, I do believe that's true. And red 6-9 goes in one of these cells for what that's worth. Why can't it be in row 8, column 8? Because it sees a red 6-9 in the row. Yeah, we do have a Zakwing on red 6-9 in these cells. So red 6-9 is in this column. For what that's worth. So it's in one of these. See, apparently I missed Nebu claiming that, yeah, if blue won 4, is on the box box 7 arrow, which it is. So it can only go here. So these are blue 1, 4. There appears to be a little bit of confusion. I don't think we have in any way proved that this is 1, 2, 3 or 2, 3, 4. I mean, if this is 6, it's definitely 1, 2, 3. But if it's 9, I don't think it has to be 2, 3, 4, at least as far as we've proven. Martin feels strongly that it can't be 6. If red is 6, row 9 breaks. I'm going to need a little more help there. Red is 6. And this is 1, 2, 3. One there. I don't understand why, like, 1 couldn't go in one of these cells. I do agree with Todd that this is not a 3. Okay, row 9, column 2. So if red is 6, these are both 1, 2, 3. Hi, Math Pesto. If red is 6, these are all from 1, 2, 3. This one would have to go up here. Yeah, finally got it. Garion points out that the very first thing just about that I said in this puzzle, I think it was the very first thing, that with these palindromes, the digits on the palindrome are the digits in the third column that they're looking at. It was like literally the first thing I said, and then I completely forgot. So so this digit in particular must go on this palindrome. But if red is 6 and this is 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3 in this box would be in these cells and not on the palindrome, and that completely breaks. So now we know that red is 9. Which Martin tried to get me to see it, but Garion got me there. So now we get to do a 9 dance. Do 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 woo do 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 wee do 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 wah do 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 woo. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. And welcome, Daniel. I'm glad you're feeling a bit better. Okay, so we have this Zackwing on 9s. And now that we know red is 9, it can't go on a black dot because 4.5 or 18 is... Betting is already over, Daniel. I'm sorry. The bet tree is actually there, but it was a secret. So 9 is now here. By the way, that's a 9. So that's an 8. Okay, well, we know blue is 4 now. Green is 1. No 4 there. Let's see, no 1 here. These are 2, 3, 4. So these are 2, 3, 4. No 1. Now this can't be an 8 now. And it can't be 3 or 6. And we know 4, 2 and 4 are over here. So all this can be is 1, points out a bunch of people. So that's a 2. I guess we can carry forward that 1s are green. Let's see. There's no 1 over here. Sayuri points out that we can reflect 1 on the palindrome. Martin points out that this can't actually be 2, 3, 4, because that would break this cell or break the palindromes. So one of these is a 1. So I guess these are from 156. So 1 definitely down here. Yeah, and Sayori with an interesting point that whether 1 is here or it's on the Renban, there's always a 2 on the Renban. So this isn't a 2 because it's not on the Renban. Yeah. There's also always a 3 on the Renban. So these are from 1, 2, 3, 4. But it can't be a 2, 3, 4, points out Sayori. That's a great spot. Because if this was 2, 3, 4, where would this go on the palindrome? It couldn't. So this is actually a 1, 2, 3 Renban. So I'm just going to blank out all of this. These are 1, 2, 3. So this had better be 4 or 6 going across from a 2 or a 3. So this is the uncolored 2, 3. Now that we know that 1, 2, 3 don't go on the palindrome, this has to be a 4. So that is a 6. And that's a 3. Now yellow is 2. So this is a 1, 6 pair. That's a 3. Yeah. Mehdi asks where 1 goes in column 5. Well, we know it's not here. And it's certainly not here, because these would have to both be 2. It's not here, because 1, 2 would break this cell. It's not here. And it's not here, so this is 1. Sarah points out that the ends of this palindrome see a 4 in column 4, and the next cell in the palindrome sees a 4 in column 8. So in fact, these are our blue 4s. I forgot to color this one. Yeah. Zackwing on 2s here. Places a 2 here and makes this 2-4. Two, three, four, triple. Interesting. Ah, Zackwing on 4s now. So we get a 4 there. So this is now a 1 or a 6 only. Martin claims we can place a 6 here, which we can. Glob points out we get a 3 here by Sudoku. Mehdi pointing out that the only place for 6 is the same place we had our 9s over here. Ah, 6 in box 3. Excellent. Now goes here. So we get a 6 there, and a 1 there, and a 2 there, and a 3 there, 4 and 2. That is now a 3. Whoops, I broke it. Hang on. Six, six, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Ah, 3 or 5. There we go. Except that's the 3, so that's 5. Uh, 1 and 6 are resolved. 1s are green. Need to make sure to keep up my greenings. That's not right. Oh, there. I just haven't put a 7 into the puzzle. Let's see. 1 in box 3 now goes here. Pair in row 5, which is resolved. That 8 comes over here. This should be a right-in now. It's an 8. 5, 7 pair here, 5, 7 pair here, except it's resolved. And this is now a 9 and an 8. We know the order. 2 cells left in this. This is a 5 or an 8, but it's a 5. No, I did that wrong. That's a 5. That's an 8. This is a write-in, which looks like a 7. So that's a 5. That's a 7. This is an 8. Let's see, we get a 7, 8, 8, 5, 5. 7 and 9. And puzzle is done. And what we have left is a 3. Oh. Apparently we can heart puzzles now. That was great. I love how at the beginning of the puzzle I noted this thing about the palindrome digits being forced over here and then completely forgot about that once it was relevant to the solve. But it was a great idea and brilliantly executed by Nell Gwyn. All right. I liked the Renban forcing all these circles to be 6 or 9. That was very slick. This is a beautifully put together. Okay. I am going to grab a quick drink and I will be back with another puzzle in just a few minutes. See you soon. right, we are back with this fun-looking puzzle from Willpower. These are normal arrows, except the sums are 2-digit. Read from top to bottom. We're going to get a very quick dance in this one. And then we have white KROPKIs where digits along a white KROPKI, or digits separated by a white KROPKI dot, have to be consecutive. So this pill is the sum of 2 digits, and since it's 2 digits, it can only start with a 1. And we immediately get to do a 1 dance. Do 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 woo do 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 1 do 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 wee do 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 woo. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. Let's see. Sum of 4 digits. That's a 2 or a 3. Oh, we are going to bet on the last digit that I place. Let's see how that goes. Let's try out Panthera's idea. Sarah points out that if this were a 3, the sum would be 6, 7, 8, 9. It'd be 30. So that's a 2, in fact. And if we maximize these, it's 24 plus 17. That does just get into the 40s. Can we make it to 41? 24 plus 17. Yes. Syra points out that we have 8 digits in a row here. So the Audi is going to be over here. This can't be a 9 for sure. And it can't be a 1 by Sudoku. So this isn't a 1 or a 9. So it must be a 2 or an 8. And it can't be an 8, so it's a 2. Which immediately gets us the rest of this row. So that's a 3. Yeah, I was just looking at that. Sayori thinks we can use math on this box, and I was just getting to count this. It's min 45 plus min 21 is 66 plus min 3. Oh, we know what these cells add to. Let's see. These are 2 through 7, which adds to 27. Plus 45 is 60, 72. So yeah, plus min 3. So this is 75 min. So this must be a 7. Because we can't get as high as 90 something with these cells being our only flexibility. So that is a 7. Nicholas points out that we know 2 rows of a we know 2 rows of a Sudoku sum to 90. So this plus this must be 90. So 90 minus 23 is 67. Dad Jokes points out 5, 7 is the only option left once 2, 3, and 4 are gone. Or once 3 and 4 are gone, at least. Oh, 9 in row 3. We can't make any of these add up to 90 something. So our 9 goes here. Let's see, this is 45 plus something. Well, it's not plus 1. So this is going to have to be 5. And this can't get as high as 8 now, I don't think. So we're going to have to put an 8 here. And that'll have to be a 4. Hi, Dorlier. How are you doing? It's amusing that we ended up with these in order. Let's see. 23 plus 6 is 29. So these sum to 16. So they are 7 and 9. That was Todd's point. Sarah points out that now we know exactly what these are, because these are 45 plus, what did we say, 27? 45 plus 27 is 62 or 72? 72? So these have to be a 6, and they're 5, so they're 2, 4. And now these are 45, so these need to sum to 11. And they're not 5, 6, and they're not 7, 4. they're 8-3 or 9-2. No, they're not 9-2 because of this. So they are 8-3. And now this is just whatever's left in the box. It's 1 and 9. So Eckbert pointing out that there needs to be a 2 on this because there needs to be an even number in these cells. And it sees 4, 6, and 8. So these are from 1, 2, 3. There's definitely a 2 on them. But there's no 3, so they are 1, 2. So where does 1 go in box 3? Garion points out. Can't go in this column because of this one, and it can't go anywhere else because it would break one of these cells. So 1 is actually here, so that's a 2 and a 1 resolved. So where is 2? 2 is now the low digit in the box. It can't be here, but it also can't be in any of these. So 2 must be here. Which gets us the whole rest of the box. Let's see. Sarah says this run of white dots can only be 2 through 7. So yeah, so if we try to put 1 on either of the ends, we run into conflicts here or here. Yeah, we can write in what these can be. These are 4, 7, and 9, but there's no way this is 7 or 9, so it's 4. Good spot to Sayori. Now it can't go lower 3, 2, because that conflicts. So we have to go that way. Like that. And now we can place 1 in this row. And that's an 8, and that's a 9. Let's see, this is 7, 9, so this is 6 or 8. And this is 5 or 7, but it's not 5, so this goes 5, 6, 7 with a 9. Two in box 8 is free. Seven points out Mehdi is placed here. Let's see. Can see what these are, so then we can see what these are. That's a 9, and that's a 3. 7 and 9, 8 and 7. Now, these are 10 plus whatever this is. Just sort of by law of leftovers and by the 45 sum. So these are more than 10, so they can't have a 1 in them. And if we tried to put a 1 in here, let's see. So these need an 8. So that must be a 6. That's a 1 and that's an 8. And if we look at what's left here, 1, 8 pair there, 6, 9 pair here. So these add to 15. These add to max 12. Which is 27, and a 1 isn't going to get us there. So we do get 1 there. And now these do need to add to 12 to make the box add up. And this 45 sum work. So This is a 4-8 pair. That's a 3. Oh, it's 11. It adds to 11. Yeah, I did that wrong. So that's a 3 and that's an 8. Let's see. I think we're okay now. I think we just get everything now. My last digit placed was a 7. Very cute. Wow. And lots of people bet 7. Yeah, that was really sweet. And as Lakia said, it wasn't too mathy. Jay Dyer says, I'm in the pocket of Big 7. It's possible. I don't think I like betting on the last digit placed as much as I like doing a secret bet tree. But we'll see. Okay. I'm gonna stretch my legs for a minute and be back with another puzzle. See you shortly. All right. We've got this neat looking puzzle by Heliopolis. I saw this rule set and I was like, I'm going to do that. So we have normal Sudoku rules. We have aces high, so every one in the puzzle counts as 10 for the purpose of clues. We have this remote sums rule, which a digit X in a cage points to a second digit Y located X cells away horizontally or vertically. And the number in the top left corner of the cage indicates the sum of X plus Y. So if that's a 6, that means that 6 cells away, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there must be a cell number that adds to 14 with 6. So this would be an 8. Obviously, that doesn't work for this cage, but and then we have German whispers, where adjacent digits along a green line must differ by 5 or more. But now, instead of not being able to put 5s on German whispers, we can't put 6s on German whispers because there's no 1 or 11 in the puzzle. So that's fun. So as Sayori points out, we've got these 17, this 17 cage. This has to be an 8 or a 9, but you can't actually put a 9 in a cage because that will go off the grid. So that's an 8. An 8 cells away must be a 9. Oh, we could do 7 plus 10. So that's a 7 or an 8. Thank you for saving me, Heliopolis, and by the way, welcome. Okay, so if this is a 7, 7 away in either direction is an 11 cage. So if this is a 7, that's not going to work. Because if this is a 7, then in one of these must be 10. That is to say 1. But now you can't go 10 away from anywhere, let alone the fact that you would have to repeat. I mean, there is no way to make 11 now, since there are no 1s in the puzzle. So this is an 8, and now we need to go 8 cells away. And the only place 8 cells away is here, so that is a 9. And now this is low. It's 2, 3, 4, or 5. Not 5. So yeah, so let's look at the 16 cage. Let's see. Can't be a 9 because you can't put a 9 in a cage. Can't be an 8 because it would need to see another 8. So it is 6 or 7. If it's 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that puts a 10 here. If it's 7, that puts a 9 here. Oh, I didn't do a digit dance. Sorry, Zach, and sorry, Acid Helm. We will do an 8 dance. Do 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 woo do 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 wee do 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 wah do 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 do. Bet tree. I will put a bet tree. Actually, Heliopolis. Do you have a good place for a bet tree? Fort Glob says the 14 cage has to be 4 or 5. Okay. Six. Oh, that's adorable. Uh, so, if this tries to be a 6, uh, 8 and 7. I don't see the problem with that. I agree it can't be 5 because it beautifully 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It beautifully puts a 9 somewhere that sees a 9. Welcome, Lake. So this definitely isn't a 5. Oh, Garion with a great point. So if this is 6 and 8 with a 7, no, we still have enough high digits. So you can put 9 and 10 on here, and this could be low. Isaiah asking us to color the whisper, which is not a bad idea. So all of these are of one high-loity. These are the other. And the lows are 2, 3, 4, and 5, and the highs are 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this can't be a 5. We figured out it could possibly be a 6. 8 is too high. 7 obviously doesn't work. So if it's a 4, that seems to work. But that's all it can be, is 4 or 6. Yeah, we do know, as Sarah points out, we do know there's a 6 here, since 6 can't go on a whisper. And actually, it's much better than that, because these are actually 5, 6, and 7. Because, oh no, wait, back up. You could have a monogamous digit here. Okay, if this is 6, it's vertical. If this is 4, then put a 1 here, which breaks. Okay, so this is always vertical. So if this is 4, yellow is high. And if this is 6, we only get 2 highs to go in these digits, so yellow would be high. So yellow is always high. I agree with Gary and Martin. So yellow is high. So our 7 in this box has to go here as well. We have all 4 purples in the box, so 5 must be one of them. So it does go in here. I'm being asked to do high-low coloring with blue and orange. Yes. One of these must be 10 because we've got a 5 here. Now we can ask about this. Points out Garion. If this is 7, it points here. but this cell would be maximum 5, and that doesn't get us high enough. So this is actually a 6, which means we need a 10 here, which resolves that that's a 10, and that's a 5, and that's a 10. Now this can't be a 4 anymore. Don't know why that happened. Oh, I just, but this is going to have to be a 6 now. Because we can't put a 10 4 away from it. Uh, Hang on, did we do this right? Because all of this was predicated on the fact that this was vertical. But if this was a 4, oh no, that's off the grid that way. So this was right. Okay. Oh yeah, 7 is here for sure. And yeah, I only put the 7 in here once we figured out what was high and what was low. Right, so this 14 puts an 8 here, which puts a 7 here. So this is 9 is the only high left in the column. This can't be 10, and it sees 9 and 8, so it is 7. Yeah, the dad joke's trying to get me to see that, but I think the second way dad joke said it was better. So yeah, 7 can only go next to 2 because it's monogamous, as Nicholas points out. These are a 3-4 pair, for what that's worth. Now this sees 10 and 7, so it's 8 or 9. Glob wants us to look back at this now. So if this is 4, obviously it's not vertical. And there's nothing left to add up here because that would need to be a 7. So yeah, so this can't be a 4 anymore. And either way, this is going to need a high digit, and there aren't any. Well, yeah. Right, there's no way to make that add up. So 2 away would need a 9 here, 3 away would need an 8 here. Those are both okay. Though, as Egbert points out, this cell sees a 10, so it can only be an 8 or a 9. And one of these is an 8 or a 9, so we do have a virtual 8-9 pair. Right. 8 can only go next to 2 or 3 just by whisper logic, points out Garion. And now we've got a 2-3 pair here, which means we've got a 2-3 pair here. So where is 2 in this box? It goes here. Unlike Zeta, I reliably hit the mute button before I sneeze. Assuming the mute button... Yeah, the mute button works. Okay, so... naively, this is 3, 4, 5. But it can't be 5 because that would put a 10 here. And 1 in box 8 goes here by Sudoku. I'm trying to call 1 10 as much as I can through the puzzle. Okay, this is only an 8 or a 9. Garion points out that we only have 3 and 4 left in column 4, but 3 is gone in row 8. So that's a 4, that's a 3, that's a 4. So these are 9s. That's a 3 now. These are 6, 7, and 8. So that means that's a 9. I'm told I can finish column 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 and 6, 7, 8. 5 and 8. Ah, so that's 5. That's 8. So left in this box are 4 and 5. Okay. So if this is a 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, seems okay. If that's a 5, 2, 5, well, it's, so this just can't be a 5. So it is a 4, pointing left or right. This is now just an 8. It's a 7 or a 9. 2, 3, 4. This 4 can point down. Now that 9 is gone in this box, this can't be a 2 anymore, because that would put a 9 here. So that's a 3 with an 8 there. Thank you, Sayori. And now this can only be a 2, so it sees everything else. And the only blue left is a 3, so that's a 9. So 9 is placed by Sudoku here. That's a 2 now. 8 by Sudoku here. Okay, what can this be? This is 4 or 7. 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's just 4. And it can only point down, putting a 5 there. Oh, did I do that wrong? 2, 3, 4, 5. I did do it wrong. Enjoy your vacation, Nicholas. Yeah, thanks for catching that, Nicholas and Ron. The point is there are 4-7 pair. All right, so we know what these are. There are 2-3 pair. Let's see. This is 7 or 10. This sees an 8 in the column and a 9. So this is also 7 or 10. So it's left in this row. 5, 6, and 8. Oh, 8 is placed in row 4. Thank you, Martin. What is left in row 4? 6 and 7. Let's see, that's definitely not a 10. I don't want to go through all the cases there. Row 1, column 1, though? Sure. Let's see, it's not 10. Let's see, 2 doesn't work. 3 doesn't work because it would need an 8. 4 2, 3, 4. 4 would need a 7 here. 5. Five seems to work. Oh, we have a genuine X-Wing? Wow. It's a real X-Wing, folks. So 4 would put a 7 here, but we can't have another 7 in this. Ah, that's cute. That's going to do a lot, points out Ron. This is a 5 or a 6, which is going to put another 5 or 6 in one of these. So we have a virtual 5-6 pair in column 1. So that's a 7, that's a 10. That's a 7. So that's a 4 and a 7. That's 7. Puts a 2 over here. That's a 3. That's a 6. That was very cool. I agree with Martin. It's a very strange virtual pair. Zeta would approve. It's just a pair left in this box, which is resolved, in fact. All right, now things are looking a little better for this 10. Let's see, 3. 1, 2, 3. The 3 would already be satisfied. 5 doesn't work. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 would put a 4 here. Well, it's only 3 or 6. Okay. Now I feel like we have to do some Sudoku. Two in column 1 points out Sarah, goes here. But if that's a 6, then that's a 5. At some point we resolved this and didn't do anything with it. 4. Thank you, Eckbert. So that puts a 5 here. So now I don't think this can be a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this can't be a 6. So this is a 5. With a 6 here. 7 and 6. That was a good spot, Eckbert. I had missed that we hadn't used that cage. Ah. 5 is hidden in box 3. Yep. 4-9 pair left in column 1, which is resolved. Yes, this can't be a 4 anymore, so it's a 3 that is already resolved. One, 4, 7, 5, 3. I ended up not seeing Heliopolis's recommendation for a bet tree. But it was this. So anyone who was intending to bet one, congratulations. 5, 8, 4, 9, 7, 1, 6, 3, 5, 6, and 8, and 2, 1, 2, and 3. Oh, that was beautiful. I love the aces high rule. It would be interesting to see that used in more contexts. But it's interesting how it shifted around the German whispers logic. And this remote sums rule created some interesting things. I have not seen this 10 lines puzzle by Lake. Is it on Logic Masters? Mark solved it. Let's see, is Lake just Lake on LMD? Apparently not. Oh, Laake. This was a puzzle that I made entirely to prank a friend. Interesting. I'm going to throw that in the bucket and recommend Zeta do it. It'd be nice for a little snack for him. Okay. And see, I see Dorlier in the chat. Let's do a Dorlier puzzle. Yeah. Thanks for the great puzzle, Heliopolis. Okay. Let's get this, get some links in the chat. I think we can probably do without row and column labels here. Let's see, how's this looking on stream? Good enough. I don't want to fiddle with it. Okay, so we have normal Sudoku rules. Clues outside the grid show how many digits are seen in that direction, with higher digits blocking lower digits. So that is normal skyscraper views. Or skyscraper rules. The question marks are a set of the digits from 1 to 9. So each question mark has a different value. And then we have KROPKI rules, as we've seen. These are consecutive. These have a ratio of 1 to 2. All right, so let us throw down the bet tree, start the betting, and have a look at this very interesting. All right, so low digits and high digits are going to be interesting. As Sayori points out, one of these question marks is a 9, which forces its row or column to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see, can I? Oh, that's nice. I can fill in the clues once I find them. So can't be row 9, so that's not the 9, because that would repeat 8. Same with here. This can't be row 9, or this can't be the 9 because you can't put a 9 on a black dot. This could potentially be not the 9. Let's see. 2, 3, 4. This can't be the 9 because of this white dot. This can't be the 9 because of this black dot. This can't be the 9 because of this white dot, and then black dot and black dot. So in fact, the only one that can be a 9 is this. So we immediately get all of that, and we do all the dances. All right. So this one's going to be a 2 automatically. And this one can't be a 2, so it must be a 3. Yeah, none of these are 9, so one of these is 9. Yeah, the 1 is going to see a 9 immediately in front of itself. I agree this can't be any higher than 5. So it is 4 or 5 only. Yeah. Where are we putting the 8? So the 8 gets one thing out of order. Ah, yeah. If this is 4 or 5, what's this white dot? Uh, if this isn't 1, 2, then the next smallest thing this can be is a 7. With an 8 here, but then you're broken. Oh, it could be 7, 8? But if it, no, it can't be 7, 8. Ah, I'm silly. Yes. Okay. I I tell you, uh right, there's no way 9 is on the white dot. So 9 in row 2 is, let's see, in one of these cells. Now, but not this one, because then this would be a 2, but we've already had a 2. So that's a 9. Yeah, and in row 3 it goes in one of these. Let's see, 8 in box 1. Again, not in row 2. So Hmm. So yeah, 8 in row 2. That's the point. It's not in box 1. Uh, so 8 can only go here in row 2. So that's a 7 and that's a 4. Two, three, four. So yeah, so this is min 5. And if this were a 9, hmm. If 8 were in one of these cells, then one of these would be a 4. Yeah, so 8 is here, points out Mehdi. Oh, now Mehdi doesn't necessarily believe it? Okay, one of these has to be a 1 clue. It can't be this one because 9 here breaks this. So one of these is 9 for sure. But this has to be at least 4. So this can't be the 8. Hi, Chip. How are you doing today? Hmm. Okay, 9. Okay, 9 not here. So 9 is in here, but not here. So this is 5 or 6 only. So this can be the 8. So the 8 is definitely horizontal. Could this be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is only 6. So this one is also 5 or 6. These are the 5, 6 pair. So these are 1, 7, and 8. So this one's only 7 or 8. There were 7 fingers. I just can't count. I see the point. The 9 and the 8 clues row is going to have to go. Good night, Daniel. Because of row 1, you're immediately going to have to start the 8 clue with a 2 and keep going up. So the 8 clue row will go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Or sorry, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1. So one of these will be 1. And whichever it is also puts a 2 in the column. So if that's a 1, 2, 1, 2, and 8 would be gone. This would be a 3, 6 black dot, but I don't super see the problem with that. If row 8 is the 8, says Ron, then the black dot in column 3 sure. Okay. What can't we put over here? David says we can't. The 8 clue is over here, then the 7 clue can't go on the left. I agree with Martin's point that one of these has to be a 5 because we have to put a 7 in this box, which goes in one of these cells, which it already did by Sudoku, but one of them is a 7, and that's going to make what looks at it 5. Ah, I agree with Eckbert that 8 in this row puts a 2, 3, 4 here, and now you can't fill this black dot. So 8 not here. So 8's in one of these two. Hey, Carl. Stream is going well. We've had good puzzles. How are you? Garion says we think we break. He thinks we break if column 1 is not the 7 clue. Right, because if I want to try and articulate that. Seven would have to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2. Except 2 is forced by the 8 clue. And we can't put them in the same box. So it just overlaps it. So I think I agree that column 1 has to be the 7 clue. So that's a 7. That's going to be a 7 here. Going to have an 8 in one of these cells. Got 4, 5, 6 left to place. Ah, we said one of these had to be 5. It's this one. So we get 1, 6, and 9 left. And this one, sorry, not 9, 1, 6, and 8. This one's not the 1. So could this possibly be an 8? No, it couldn't. So that has to be an 8, and that has to be a 9. One, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is, yeah. So that has to go 4, 5. That's a 6. 8 can't go in these, can it? So there's no way to make that work with a 1, 6, or 8. So 8 is here, and it's got to go next to a 7. Which I think is going to place our 8 clue. I think it has to go up here now. Because if we put our 8 clue here, like, we can't put our 8 clue here. We already said that. But if we put it here, that's a 4, and we have nothing to put here. So, in fact, that's our 8 clue, and it goes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, with a 3, 6 pair here. Bye, Nell. Can write in what's left in this box. That's not the 9. Oh, yeah, what's left in column 3? This must be a 1, 2, and that's a 5. This needs an even digit, and the only one available is 6. These are from 5, 6, 7. So that's a 1. Uh, 9 points out Sayori in box 5. Can't be here because we need an 8 there. And can't be here because we need an 8 above it. So that's 9. So that's 9. Sarah points out 7 in box 6 goes here. So that finishes this box. And what's left? 3 and 9 in these cells, and 4 and 6 in these cells. Carl points out that 9 can't go on a black dot and can't go in a column with a 9, which only leaves one place for it in row 7. Ah, there needs to be a 2 on this, points out Todd. And it goes here. With a 1 or a 3. Seven and 8 are placed here by Sudoku, of all things. Glob says this is naked. Can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So yeah, it's a 5. Garion points out this skyscraper needs an 8 above the 9. That's the only place it can go. This is a naked 4. Let's see, 2 digits left. That's a 4 only. And that's a 5. Five in row 7 points out Mehdi is here. Then 5 in box 9 is right in the middle. If this tries to be the 6 clue without a 5 over here, it's going to go 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, but that's... 6. But then there's no place for the 7. Yeah. David and Glob point out that whoops. And you can't have 7, 8 part of that because of this. So yeah, 6 here, just all kinds of breaks. So that's the 1. That's 9 and 3. Doot, doot. So that's our 6. That's gonna have to be 4. That's 6. Let's see. Well, we can place the 9 here. So these have to go straight up to... So this is 6 or 7, 7 or 8. No. Right. We have to skip one. Yeah. So if we look, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are gone in this column. So this column isn't part of it. But this column is part of it. It's going to have to be an 8. And now this is only a 6. And now I think Sudoku will take us the rest of the way. Let's be a little more careful about that. 1, 3 pair gets us a 7 here. 1, 2, 3 left. So 1, 2 pair. That's a 3. That's a 1. That's a 3. Let's see. No 1 on the black dot. No 6 on the black dot. So it goes 2, 4, 6. 1 and 2. 3 and 6. That's a 4. That's a 3. That's a 6. 1 and 2. 1, 3, 1, 2. And the bet tree, sorry, 2 and 1. And the bet tree is a 4. That was a very nice puzzle. I always feel like I struggle a little bit with skyscraper logic. Okay, I think at this point, I agree, Dorlier. Dorlier says he's really proud of this puzzle, how the KROPKI helps for the opening, but also for later deductions. Yeah, the KROPKI were relevant all the way through. And they... It was very well constructed. Okay, I think at this point, I am going to do a 6x6 or 2 and then wrap up. Thanks earlier. I did enjoy it. let us have a look at this 6x6 by Paul fly called Hike. Normal 6x6 rules. Place the digits 1 to 6 exactly once in every row, column, and box. Shade some cells so that the shaded cells form an orthogonal path starting at the given 1 and ending at the given 6. This path cannot touch itself, not even diagonally. And killer cages give the sum of the digits in that cage that lie on the path. And digits cannot repeat in cages. Okay, so immediately I see that we need a 2 in here, and one of them has to be on the path and not the other one. And this one can't be the one that's on the path, because then the other one also would be. So in fact, that's a 2. These are on the path. That's not on the path. And we'll do a little 2 dance. Okay. This is in a corner now, right? So these will have to be on the path? All right, this 4. Huh. Yeah. Glob points out this is gray because we've got this. Now the path has to get out here. And the 7 cage needs 2 digits because we don't have a 7. So this also has to be on the path. So this is not on the path. Row 1, column 1 gets out, yes. So this needs, so this is only a 3 or a 4. But if it's a 3, surely this can't be. If it's a 3, this would have to be on the path and be a 1. But how is that going to happen without this cell also being on the path? I don't think that's possible. So that's going to have to be a 4, and those are not on the path. This will have to be on the path. These add to 4 without being 3, 4 or 1, 6. So they're 2, 5, and we know the order. This is gray, but we need 2 cells on the path in this cage. So they're going to be these 2. And I bet Garion said exactly the same thing. I was like, Garion's saying something, and I bet it's that. This is also not path for what that's worth. That's correct, Carl. Uh, there you go. Row 5, column 3 is not path. Uh, yeah, I buy that. Yeah, this is a 2 or a 5 with a 3 or a 6 here. Points out Ron. And then 1 and 4 go here, and we know the order. How do we know the order? Ah, because there's no repeats. Yeah, the path is going to have to come around here, and it can't touch this. I feel like this path is just going to have to come through this passageway. Do people agree with these? And then these will be cut off. And then all of these will have to be a path. Okay, people seem to agree with me. Egbert says the 5 cage can't just be a 5. But I don't see why. Like, if it were just this and this were the 5. I do agree that one of these is a 5. Ah. So one of these is a 5. So this one can never be a 5. So it's going to see a 5 in one of these cells. Which means so if the 5 cage can't be a single 5, it needs 2 cells, and the only way to do that is to connect it around the outside edge. Ah. So I think I'm comfortable doing this. So that's going to have to be the 5 with a 3. And this had better be a 2 with a 3, and that's a 6. And that's a 5. Now I think this 6 cage is just going to have to be a single 6 here. Which means that we're going to have to connect here and finish the path. I think a few people might be behind. But I think we've got the puzzle. I think it's just Sudoku now. So if we mark 1, 3, 4, 6, 1, 5, 1, 2, 4, 3, 5, 4, 2, 3, 6, and 3. That was very nice. Good job, Paul Fly. Yeah, that was really cute. I like snake geometry stuff. Okay, well, I am going to wrap up stream there for today. We'll be back on Sunday. Zeta Math will be doing his usual stream. And I will be back Tuesday. So have a good Friday and Saturday. We'll hope to see you Sunday. Take care of yourselves. Thanks for coming. Thanks for leaving a like on the video. Thanks for subscribing. And thank you to everyone who supports the stream financially. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you so much. If you want to support us, you can click the join button down below and support for as little as $5 a month. Or if you prefer Patreon or Ko-fi, there are links to those as well. And we especially want to thank the people who support us at the top level. And those are David Ratner, Nordy, Franco, Daniel Silverstone, Danita, Nell, and Plonk Time. Oh my goodness, Plonk Time. Just as I read Plonk Time's name, Plonk Time donates $50. Thank you so much, Plonk Time. We'll get you a donation dance. Thank you so very much, Plonk Time. All right. Well, have a great morning, evening, night, everyone. And we will see you soon on the channel. Thanks again, Plonk Time. All right. See you soon. Bye for now.